phone line?
Shut up and sit down.
Hello, welcome to Chat Comedy Podcast. I am your host, Patty Rossborough, and I'm here with my fabulous co-host, Carrie Carabas, the very funny,
Patty.
the very talented, the very blonde, and we have a wonderful guest.
Oh, my
a woman
God.
that I've known for decades,
Yes.
30 years, Penny.
Yes.
And her name is Henriette Mantel.
Oh, thank you, Patty.
And I just want to point out a couple of things so people know that, you know, you're no slouch, okay?
Oh, please.
Okay, you are an actress check,
Yes.
producer,
Yes.
director,
Yes.
stand-up comic,
Yes.
Emmy-
No, well, yeah.
used to be
I was for years.
Emmy winner.
Let's see. I have 2 and then 2 nominations. I lost twice. I won twice. And also, I do have I got shortlisted for an Oscar, but I didn't get nominated.
And what is a short lifting of an Oscar?
No, a
Listed.
short list. They make
Oh,
a
list.
short list on the documentaries. They make a short list of like 15, and then only like 5 that pay people. They get nominated, but
Right.
you have to really like blow people to get nominated.
Oh, God.
It's really sad.
All right, well, we will get into all of those Emmys. Carrie Carabas, first of all, usually Carrie tells us about her week.
Oh,
And
Oh,
anything
yeah.
about your week or any...
You know, a very boring week this week.
I hear you have a dream about me.
Issues with my cell phone. I'm
Aw.
changing carriers. I want to go to maybe Verizon. I have no idea. 18 is really screwing me.
All right, forget it.
AT&T?
Yes.
Who's still with AT&T?
I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. But I don't have that thing on here yet.
What
Can you
thing?
see if you can find that?
The Facebook. The Facebook app.
But did you put the link on my page? I have a lot of fans.
Yes, we want
Can I please have...
a piece of paper.
I
No,
walked
just
around
go-
Times
yeah.
Square and leafleted about this show. Yeah, naked.
Well, actually, I have Tugboat Manny doing that right now.
I
You
was
do?
the naked
The
cowgirl.
Times Square, he's leafleting.
Oh, that's nice.
Can I tell you my dream about you, or you want to tell
No,
me?
I'll tell yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh,
This
boy.
is very weird because Carrie and I each had dreams about each other this week. I've never dreamt about you
Mine
before.
was last night.
What is your? Mine
Oh.
isn't totally weird, but
Mine's
it's
gross.
Oh.
okay. You go
so
first.
we're in bed together.
Oh, boy.
And you
Wow.
go to me, do you know how to play with yourself? And I go, no, I don't. I don't do
Where's
that.
the
And
camera.
all of a
It's right
sudden, you
there.
start
Oh, my God.
playing with yourself,
I start playing with my own self.
with your own self, like really crazy. Like you're like,
This isn't what I signed up for.
Like-
I didn't know we were on the Channel J,
the JJ.
JJ channel.
And, you know, and then my husband walks in, and he's like, what the? And you pull the sheets, you pull the comforter up, and you go, you didn't tell me your husband's home. I'm like, well, where would he be? And then the phone rings, and it was you. How weird is that?
Oh, my, what do you mean? It was me in real life when the phone rang?
In real life, you woke me up with the phone.
Oh my God, that's the weirdest dream. But I'm kind of honored that I'm
You're
having,
sublim-
I'm having
subliminally
sex a
in
little bit
love
with you.
me.
Or maybe you're very sexually attracted to me. Maybe you're sexually
You're in love
attracted
with
to me
me,
and you don't know
Patty.
it. I think you
What's
want to
the
bang me.
I might.
We're having like
Or
two
maybe I want
conversations.
you to teach me something.
Oh, maybe I want to show you how to play with yourself.
Oh,
Well,
my
I think
God.
I know how to do that, but maybe something else. Maybe you could teach me something else.
Oh, well, all right. Can I tell you about my dream, which was not as interesting?
Can you talk about the White House aide that just got had to be let go because he's sexual? Because 2 of his ex-wives said that he sexually accosted a bunch of people, and they were his ex-wives, and so they weren't making it up because they were mad at him. They were telling the truth.
Yes, we will talk about that right after
Okay.
my
All right.
story. Okay.
And Scott Baio, by the way, is now in the
He's in the shitter.
shitter,
In the
I
shitter,
guess.
He's
yes.
on the list.
Well,
yeah,
well, you know, they said that the girl has come
girl-
forward. Forward. Hold on. Well, okay, let me get my dream out, and then we'll talk about that. Okay. So my dream is that Carrie goes, Rossborough, you want to get on get in the cellar? You want to get on the comedy cellar? I'm like, yeah. And you go, okay, give me $2,400. I'm going to get you in. This is such a Carrie
I
dream.
could do that.
You go, give me 24. I'm going to get you in. I go, $2,400. I don't have 24. You go, yes, you do. You got it in your purse. And I did have it in my purse in my dream. And I go, all right. You go, listen, I'm going to take care of it. It'll be good. So I give you the $2,400. You pay some guy who has an accent who works at the Comedy Cellar. I don't know what kind of accent, but you pay him.
It's a lily.
And then you go to me. Then I go, well, did you get anything in writing that says now I'll get in it? And you go, no. But don't worry. I'm going to take care of it. Then you put me on the phone with, what's her name? Esty. And she goes, yes, Pati, what do you want? And I go,
Is she still alive?
she is alive. She's running that place. And I go,
my God.
Hello? And she goes, well, what did you want to say to me? And I'm like, oh, I had nothing to say to her, and I don't know why you put me on the phone with her. And then she's leaving, and now you're best friends with her, and I'm walking by, and I don't know what to say to her. Okay, that's not a very good dream.
It's
your
a
dream,
horrible dream.
Your dream
and
was
there
much
was no
better.
happy
It was
ending.
okay.
But
Esther
at
had
least
a
mine had a happy ending.
But I love that mine is you, like, coming up with a scheme, but I have to give you $2,400. That's very
Right.
character.
I always make it happen.
You do. All right, so...
Oh, I'm here. That's
Henny-
right. Sorry, I forgot. Thought I was just in the middle of some really intriguing hour-long dramedy.
Henriette Mantel. Okay, now you want to talk about...
There's a couple things I want to talk about.
Okay,
First
sure.
of all,
Take
before
over.
Thank you. I want to talk about that when you come into the comic strip, which was my home club for probably 8 to 10 years, and
I
Lucien
remember.
always put me on, and I always was the first act on the 8 o'clock show or the 10 o'clock show.
Okay.
I was always the first act. I was never the last act because JJ had to come in and clean up the mess, basically. Or
JJ Ramirez.
He always came in and cleaned up the mess, remember? Yeah. Yes, but he cleaned it up, too.
JJ Ramirez
Anyway.
would bring the
he's
girls
still
on
a mess.
stage and
Yeah.
kiss them,
Oh,
and that
God.
would go...
Oh,
it
God.
would
And
go-
then everybody would have herpes sores.
Oh God. Anyway, JJ. So last time he told me I looked sexy, though. Last time I saw him, and I thought, oh, come on, JJ, you've told women that before. Anyway, okay. So my picture used to be right there.
Your
on
headshot.
the wall.
On
Your
not,
headshot.
on just, not on just any wall, on the Hall of Famer.
First, it was on the regular wall for years. Everybody was, oh, I saw your picture at the comic strip, and then. Rumor has it when
You
I
did the
was in
movie.
LA, it went to the Wall of Fame for 5 seconds.
Yes, you were on the wall with
guess
Jerry
what?
Seinfeld.
Yeah, and by the way, he's up there way too many times. Do we really need like 5 headshots?
No, we
of
don't even
Jerry?
need one.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't change that much, believe me.
Gross.
Just don't have eye contact with him or his wife gets upset. But anyway,
Wait a
No,
minute.
don't talk to him. He'll put his
You-
hands in your face.
You worked for his wife on the marriage rep.
well,
yes?
she didn't really work on it. I don't know. I never had much to do with her because I wasn't down at the stage where she wanted to get a PA fired because he went over and shook Jerry's hand and said he loved him.
Not true.
I can't stand these fucking freaks.
But
I'm
his
sorry.
wife, Jerry Seinfeld's wife, by the way, who we're all very, very close with, her mother, my brother-in-law worked at the prison
Wait,
in
your
Vermont.
brother-in-law-
My brother-in-law worked at Vermont State Prison or whatever it was. I don't know. He did
This
something.
is your sister's husband.
My older sister's
'Cause you're from
husband.
Vermont.
Yeah,
You're
because
from
I'm from
Vermont,
Vermont.
yes.
Thank you. I just figured that was tattooed all over my face. Anyway, worked with her mother.
Whose mother?
With Jerry Seinfeld's wife's mother. She was a secretary at the prison.
And what was she like?
Well, he said she was wonderful. He really
You
liked
were
her.
allowed to shake her hand.
Yeah.
Now, why doesn't Jerry
as
doesn't
long
like
as
to
you
be
weren't
touched?
an inmate.
Oh, Jerry doesn't like to be
I don't
touched
think so.
either?
Do you
You can't
remember?
even talk to Jerry Seinfeld.
Remember the singer who
Why
went
can't
up
you talk to him?
and
I was in the little hallway at the cellar, and I was bringing Dave Chappelle was on, my idol, and
I love Dave.
he is very
Dave
funny.
Chappelle is amazing. And
I
now
didn't say he was
Jerry's
amazing. I said
filming
he's funny.
amazing. If anybody, he's
Okay,
amazing.
okay.
All right. So anyway, I'm sitting in the little green. You know how those little stairs? You're like right
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top,
yeah,
of, like
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like this room.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to look but in each other's face. So Jerry's there because he's filming Comedian, and I go, "Hey, you're from Massapequa. I grew up," and he put his hands like this in my face, both of them,
Why?
to shut me up.
he needed to think.
had-
You should
and
have bit
then-
them. You should have bit them.
I go, "Are you serious?"
Why don't you spit on them?
I did.
Like
I said,
Quentin
"Are you
Tarantino
serious?"
Spit on Uma Thurman. Yeah.
And he goes to me, "I'm doing my act in my head."
What act? That thing. What does he call that? An act? Excuse me. Hello. It's like
I
really-
love you.
Oh well, I can rip on anybody, but anyway. So
I love
I
you.
think if Lucien was alive,
Yes.
I really do. Lucien used to run the comic strip for all you people that don't know.
Yes.
But my picture would be
He's
up
a
there.
staple
But
here.
I don't know. I was never really in with the in crowd
Well,
because
maybe they don't realize that you're still working in television.
Yeah, hello.
You want to tell us what
also, what breaks my heart is that I did so many sets here, and I bombed here like a mad woman, but I also killed here like a mad woman, too. Remember when I sang to DF at the Christmas party?
Yeah, what'd you sing
I
to him?
sang, I Don't Know How to Love Him. And
Nobody does.
Jesus Christ Superstar. Oh, my God.
Oh, I do remember that.
And I
Apparently, it's a top 10.
Yeah, I went up on stage and I sang I Don't Know How to Love Him. And then Scott Blakeman had given me films of DF doing his stand-up, and they were on all the televisions
Oh, my God,
around
I
the
do
club.
remember that.
And then DF said, yeah, I heard she had films of me. Where'd you get those? And Scott said, oh, I gave them to her.
That's because DF never went to the Christmas parties because DF is like
Scrooge.
He's a curmudgeon.
Scrooge.
Is that the word, curmudgeon?
Scrooge.
But wait a minute. So Jerry Seinfeld's wife won't let anyone touch Jerry Seinfeld, shake his hand?
The PA apparently either wanted a picture with him or wanted him to sign something. Anyway, the wife got mad, tried to get the kid fired. The kid was, like a PA. Give me a break.
Yeah,
Did he get fired?
No, they wouldn't fire him.
But
just
you
'cause
worked
she
for
said
her,
it.
not him, right? Because it was her show?
No, it wasn't her show, was it?
I think it was her
I
show.
never even saw the bitch. Are you
I thought
sure?
Tom Papa wrote it.
No,
Tom
Tom Papa
Papa
hosted it.
he was
the
the
whole
host.
thing was a joke. I mean, it could have been really good, but the premise
Had
just,
we written it?
exactly.
Yeah.
It was very, and the woman was a nightmare that ran it. Paige Hurwitz. She ran it the second year. Paige
I like
Hurwitz.
that she's
Hold
She was
back.
a
Don't hold
horrible-
back.
She was a horrible person, and she was so mean to everybody. And so that's what I have to say
Fuck
about
Paige.
the marriage.
I don't
But
understand why
you know what?
people
I
get
really
in power
loved.
and they become mean.
Yeah.
Why do you become mean when you're
Because
in power?
that's why they want to get into power, because when they were a little person, they were pushed around in middle
Oh.
school, and now they need the power, and then once they get it, now everyone else is in middle school, and they're going
Oh.
to fuck you over.
Why don't they
you
go
think?
to church?
Do you go to church?
Yeah. Do you?
No.
No.
Do you, Carrie?
I do sometimes, but I'm
Sometimes.
very, very, very spiritual.
Me too.
What do you guys
I am
think?
too. Well, no, I
Jesus
just, I go
was
to,
here.
I love Jesus.
You do?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I love him. I do. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
No, but wait a minute. You believe in Jesus?
Well, I don't believe in Jesus the way Vice President Pence believes in Jesus.
That
but
all
I
gay
do.
people should be
No,
electric
oh,
shock
God,
therapy.
No, pray away the gay. Pray away the gay. I keep telling Judy Gold that. Pray away the gay, Jude. Pray away the gay. You can do it. Anyway, so no, I don't believe in the same Jesus. I believe if Jesus in a concept, though, is a spiritual concept of something that really helps you with your life, but not
Yes.
Jesus. I
You
mean,
know-
I love
No, he
Jesus.
was on a higher level. He got
Yeah.
the picture of
Yeah, he
what
got
we're
the pic-
doing here.
Yeah, yeah.
But you believe a guy walked the earth named Jesus?
Yes,
Jesus.
It's written in the
His
book.
name was
Patty.
Jesus.
All right, I disagree with that.
Patty,
Bradley.
his name was Jesus.
It's in a book.
I know,
Patty.
but all books say
What
there's
book?
a lot
Okay,
of
well
shit in
then that
books.
was in
I don't know if I believe
in
he walked the
2,000
earth.
years. They'll say, "Well, Patty Rosberg was a comedian," and people will go, "Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe
Well,
that."
I don't even
Is she
care. Once I'm
Jesus? Are you
dead.
comparing her to Jesus?
Once I'm dead, I don't care what people think.
Oh,
Actually, I don't even
Oh.
care that much now.
Kevin, let's talk about
Well-
dead people. How about Kevin? Kevin Meaney passed
Oh my
away.
God!
yeah.
Okay,
Oh
Kevin
my God!
Meaney
Yeah.
was first of all, you did he was
Uh,
your best friend.
Yes, and we did inthemiddleshow.com. It's called In the Middle.
It's a
and
webisode.
It's inthemiddleshow.com, and it's a webisode that salon.com paid us to do, but then we couldn't get it any further because we were too insane. But boy, was that funny. Patty was
He
in
was brilliant.
episode 5. Patty was episode 5. She
Please go to
played-
salon.com. Is it
no,
still
no,
up?
no. It's on inthemiddleshow.com.
Inthemiddleshow.com.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's with me and Kevin Meaney's my husband. And
My
my
he's
ex-husband.
just someone you had an affair with
Oh,
at
that's
summer
right.
theater.
Another gay
and
ex-marriage.
why do you think I fit in perfectly for this role?
The story was that you had an affair with him and you got pregnant.
That
in
is
summer
correct.
stock, but you never told him, and you were an Upper East Side fur coat, married to a rich hedge
Yes.
fund guy.
Yes.
And you didn't want anything to do with him, but your daughter found out who he was and came and found him, and then the police found you.
And my daughter is played by Kevin's daughter.
Kate Meaney,
Kate Meaney
who's
was a very good
talented
actress and very pretty. She could be a
Yeah,
model.
She's
very
a good egg. Yeah.
No, that was definitely sad. He was. You guys were very. You were.
Yeah.
That was like. Was he
I
like your
know.
best friend?
Yeah, well, he was in the top 5.
Okay. Who's the top 5? Let's hear your friends.
You named your top 5.
Am I in the top 5?
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, my top 5?
Yeah. Who's your top 5?
Oh man, I don't. Well, my best friend Andrea from growing up.
I don't know Andrea.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I've known her since.
No,
I don't
comics,
think I could.
comics.
Oh, comics.
Let's not go
Patty,
civilians.
comics. I think you might have made the top 5.
Well, after today, it will be Carrie Carabas.
That's
of
right.
course.
I'll
She's
be already
I'll be
number
like
one.
7.
No, she can be number one.
She could beat me.
If you want to be for the day, queen for a day.
What about Judy Gold?
Judy Gold's up in that. She's up there. I have some boys up there too.
Who? What boys do you
Well,
like?
like Jeff Stilson, Steve Scrovan, those
Jeff
guys.
Stilson. I just worked with him
Where?
at the Friars Club for Adrian
Oh,
Tolsh's thing.
I didn't get there.
Oh, yeah.
Was it fun?
It was so fun, and the crowd was
Oh.
so good.
Oh, I
And
bet the crowd was good.
Jeff Stilson is a very cute guy.
Yeah, he's fun.
No, they were, Bill Sheft was great. it
And
was
who else was it? What other comics?
Judy.
Judy.
And what's her name?
Did Julie Houston do it?
No, she was going to, but she was
Oh,
sick, so
She's
yeah.
so funny.
So I remember with your act, you would do I'm Just a Sex Machine. Do you remember that?
No, it was I'm just a love machine, and I don't work for nobody. No, I'm just a joke machine. That was the line. If I was bombing really bad, I'd go,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
just
what
a
you would do.
joke machine, and I don't work for nobody but you.
And it was a takeoff
Yeah,
on I'm
baby.
Just a Sex Machine song
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
Love
back in the
Machine.
day.
Love machine.
Oh, Love Machine.
I don't
Okay.
know. Some
I don't
kind
know
of a
why I
machine.
thought it was
We're all
sex.
machines.
Yes. So wait a minute. So what do you do now? You're on TV now. You produce a show.
What do I do now? Well, I just did a huge Amazon show, web show
What?
called what was the name of it? I don't even. It was huge. It's huge. The other F word, and Judy was in it, and I was in it, and I play.
What's the
a
other
woman-
F word?
It's an Amazon web. Series.
But what's the other F word?
Oh,
like
I
what-
didn't ask.
Literally.
I didn't
what's
want to
the-
get personal.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to get
Bus.
personal. Yeah. So it was I played a woman that goes to a house full of housewives and sells sex toys.
Oh, you would be good at that.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, I would think so.
I was actually thinking of doing that at one point in my life.
Yeah, well, you
selling
make
sex
money.
toys.
like the Mary Kay girl.
Yeah.
I forget
But
the
with a
brand of the
dildo.
sex toys.
You would
Instead of a
teach them. I
lipstick.
remember a girl who did it, and she said all you have to do is you like have a dildo. You bring the dildo, and you give them all dildos, and then you teach them how to blow.
Oh,
Guys
that's
on
like
the
a different
dildo.
thing. No, this
What?
was like all different.
Oh,
That's a
kinds.
real
Patty.
thing.
Yeah, but that's a
That's not
blowjob
what-
party.
why would
That's
Yeah,
not
that
a-
is.
Yeah, that's not a
I
sex.
don't want to learn that.
No. Sex toys is like Tupperware. You sell them like you sell Tupperware. You go to houses. And you sell them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what this was.
No,
You
no,
were-
no,
you're a
no,
teacher.
no,
You're
no, no.
Teaching like to swim.
No. Patty,
swim.
face it.
All right.
No.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
my favorite of all,
Oh, boy.
because my favorite of all time show
Oh, boy.
wow, was the Brady Bunch.
Oh, that's so
I still
sweet.
watch it.
Do you watch the movie or the
Well,
show?
she
I
was a-
watch them all.
Who did you think you were, Jan or
I was definitely
Marsha?
Marsha.
You
I
were
was definitely
Marsha?
Yeah. I couldn't stand Cindy. I watch the show now and I'm like, I hate this spoiled, rotten
Oh, I
kid.
didn't mind Cindy. My favorite was Jan.
I
'cause
thought
was
Cindy
Jan.
was cute. Is Jan the one in the middle?
Yeah.
I was in the middle, and I was a nerd. So.
Yeah.
I'm Marsha all the way.
Yeah, you're the cool one. I
Well,
was not
I was
cool.
Marsha.
So how'd you get that role? So you
But
got the
were,
movie
you
role.
Were, you were Alice to a T. You like
Oh,
did her. You
well, I
were
worked
so
hard on it.
How did you like studied all of her
I-
moves and
Gary Cole used to say that.
Who's Gary Cole?
Gary Cole played Mr. Brady in the movie.
Oh, that guy is very
and
funny.
he used to say 4 episodes in one day was the limit. You couldn't watch any more than that, or you started to get really crazy.
of the
Yes,
TV show.
Yes.
Yeah, but I just watched it and imitated her.
You were though like sometimes during the movie you were like you'd think that you were the real Alice. Like that's how
Isn't
good you
that
were doing.
Sweet. I was such a good actress. I still am. Hi.
Now
Henriette
Alice
Mantel.com.
Ann B. Davis was an Academy Award. No,
Emmy winning, yeah.
Yeah, she was a
She's
show.
dead.
Yeah,
She
was.
won an Emmy for Alice.
No,
Yeah,
she
for-
won Emmys, but she also was a Broadway star. She was
Yeah.
a Broadway star. She was like a big actress.
Yeah.
She was.
And
I don't
then she
remember in anything
joined-
else. but
And
Yeah.
she was a twin sister.
Yeah,
Do you have
she
a twin?
was?
Do you have a twin? Do you have a twin?
No, but she was a twin in the TV show too. Her twin sister came to visit once.
Come on, and it was
no,
played
but
by her
right,
twin
but
sister.
no, it was played by her.
Yeah,
No, it was
Oh.
played by her.
but she did have a twin sister that was played by kind of like Patty Duke's show.
I love the
Yes.
Patty Duke.
Oh
show.
yeah,
And
I
then
love the
she,
Patty Duke
Oh
show.
my God.
You are Patty Duke.
I really thought that I was Patty Duke with the flip up.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was Patty.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait. I would just sit there right before Patty Duke would come on, and I loved it.
Some
I
of you
love that
kids who are
show.
watching the show right now, it was a show in the
Yeah, nobody's going to know what any of
50s.
that stuff is.
50s?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
The
I'm
60s.
kidding, the
60s.
60s.
Patty
but-
Duke was the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
Patty
Were
She
you
Duke.
talks
born then?
like she walks like she even sucks a dick like.
You're doing Eddie Pearl's act. Oh, Pat! Remember he sang the
did that?
Patty Duke.
Oh my God,
song.
he did sing the Patty Duke show, but he
used to
didn't
end
say
on the
"sucks
Patty
a
Duke
dick,"
song.
did he?
No.
Oh,
Who
okay.
says sucks a dick?
Carrie
just
just
thought
saying
it.
suck
He
a
just
dick.
thought it.
Oh, I thought she said it.
Wait. So I was just gonna say something.
What were
and
you
I
going to say?
lost it.
You were going to
Oh,
ask
I
her
have
about...
another issue I have to talk
Go
about
ahead.
besides my picture on the wall.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
please.
so I really have to say something now because this is not politically correct with any of my friends, and I want to know what you two guys think.
Because you are kind of
So-
a liberal, would we say that?
Well, I'm a liberal, but on this I've been accused of actually not being so liberal.
Okay, let's
But
hear it.
anyway, so Louis pulling his pants down.
Yes.
Those two women that came out and said he pulled their pants down, and they said they had to hug each other because they were so scared. If they're comedians, women comedians, can you imagine if Louis said to you and me, can I pull out my dick? We would have gone, get out of here. No, of course you can't.
Okay, I will.
Or go on, get.
I will tell you
Look,
right
I'm
now.
on your side
She
on
agrees
this
with you 100%.
because fuck these girls lying and bullshit because their careers are fucking nowhere and they want to make it in the spotlight. You
Well,
know what,
I don't know
you-
if I go that far, but
all
I
right, but
do-
if you were that traumatized, they're riding
Yeah,
a
hello.
bandwagon. They're riding a
No,
bandwagon.
they started the Louis thing.
No, I know, but they're riding a bandwagon on all the sexual
Yeah, but
harassment
Louis was
thing.
one of the first ones.
You
He
know,
was like right after Weinstein.
right.
And Weinstein,
Well-
yes, I was alone in a room, and no, I didn't get the part.
I disagree. I think you would need these two girls here and say what exactly
Yeah.
happened.
I would
Yeah.
love to have them on
I would
this
love
show.
to have him on the show, too.
I would too because you
Because-
know what?
because I really
when
wanna
a guy he asked them. They said it. Pull
Yeah.
up their statement. They said he asked us
Yeah.
to pull out his dick. He went to the bathroom, came out with no pants on. I would have said, you know what? I do mind if you jerk off, so I'm going to be leaving with
Did
my
they
friend.
did he jerk off
He
in
jerked
front of him?
off in
Wait a
front
minute,
of them.
but he
Oh,
asked them.
yeah, I know.
Went to the bathroom, came out
That's
with
what
no
I'm
pants on,
saying.
and
Okay.
started playing
And
with
they're
himself.
comedians?
But that's
They better
not-
toughen up.
You can
and
be a
their acts
comedian.
weren't exactly, they were rated R comedians. So,
So what? It
you
doesn't
have
matter.
big balls when
You-
you stand
what-
up
what's-
on a stage.
You can be a rated X comedian and you shouldn't be sexually assaulted.
But he,
No, but he
wasn't
didn't.
even sexually
he didn't.
assault them.
He did not. He asked them.
He
okay.
asked them, and also, they're
way
comedians. They better toughen up.
The way, see, I
You know how many
think,
guys jerked off in front of
Exactly.
I
On
think
stage.
that because why should girls, because they're
in
comedians,
the car over to the gig?
have to put up with guys on shows who they work for, they work with, jerking off in
Well,
front of
that's
them,
a
pulling their
different
dicks
story.
out. Like, enough of
That's
that
who they
shit.
I agree.
are. That's
Enough.
what they're made
Yeah,
of.
but
No,
listen,
it's not. But
I-
in other jobs, girls don't have to put up with it. And in this job, girls do put up with it. And in radio, in
She's in your set.
Well,
I'm
this
against
one
you.
I don't know. You think?
Okay.
I'm not. I think a lot of women that I obviously am on women's side. I'm just saying in that particular incident, they were women comics, and it makes me ashamed of women comics that they said they had to hug each other because they were scared.
do something weird like that to you? Have you ever had a guy jerk off in
walk
front of you?
down the street jerking off on
Okay.
15th Street?
But how about if you're in a hotel room with a guy who you think
Well,
you're
why
going
were they in
to?
the hotel room?
To his room.
Oh my God!
Patty, what are you playing? Monopoly? I've said this 1,000
I've
times.
said it 1,000
Don't
times.
go to his fucking room.
I've said this 1,000 times. I've been in a million guy
Yeah, me
comics
too.
rooms.
I've been in a
you have
million
to.
guy
And did you
comics
expect
room.
to be jerked off in front of?
With Louis.
When you
yeah,
go
but
on the
yes.
road,
Yeah,
when you
but-
go on the road, you don't expect guys.
But
Whose rooms have you been up?
if
Say
one-
a guy's room you've been up in.
Everybody.
Name
But
4.
Jeff
Kevin
still
Meaney.
said-
Okay, and he never
Kevin
jerked
Meaney,
off in front of you. And he never jerked
Scott
off.
Blakeman.
Never jerked off in front of you.
Well, Scott, you know.
Ah!
Just kidding,
I'm just
Scott.
saying, we've all been in these with guys we work
wait a
with.
minute, can I just
we've
say
been in the
something?
room.
Say something.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying something about what he did. That's his
What who
side of
did?
it. What Louis did,
But he
that
was
side of the
weird.
story.
Yeah.
I'm saying the way they react as women comedians. Patty, I'm telling you right now, if a man comedian said, "Can I pull out my dick in front of you?" you and I would look at him like, "Are you nuts?"
They didn't say yes. Who said they said yes?
They
Well,
stayed.
they stayed.
Well, they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know what to do. Maybe
Oh,
they were by the doorway.
Patty, wait
They
a minute.
didn't know
What
what
would
to do.
we have
Get the
done? What
fuck
would you
outta
and I have
here.
done if we were sitting there after a gig and we were all on a gig high because we had fun and somebody and Louis said, "Can I pull out your dick?" What would you and I have done?
Pull out my dick.
No,
Yes.
his dick.
I would say I don't want to see your dick.
Okay, and then you'd leave.
And then you would have looked at me and started laughing.
Yeah, but I don't. You don't know if you might think he's kidding. You,
You know
might
what?
think he's joking
here's
around.
what I
He's a
don't buy.
comedian, so what? Then they should have laughed.
I'll tell you what I don't
but
buy.
it was
the
too
15
late
years
because he
after
just-
he becomes famous,
Yeah.
they pop out.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know
my
what?
God.
If you were that
No.
destroyed and
Yeah.
had to hold each other, I would have went right to the
because
cops.
they were
I would have went right
scared.
to the police.
Yeah.
Right then and
No,
there.
you wouldn't have.
Yes, I would
Because
have.
no one would have believed you.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
my God.
Look, you've had shit
Sorry.
happen. You've had shit
I
happen.
have a partner.
You've had shit happen. You don't go to the police. But a lot of people don't go to the police. But if shit happens and a lot of girls are saying things and then it would need
It
you to come
ruins
forward,
the
you might come forward.
credibility of somebody who really gets, assaulted. That's what bothers me.
I just think that if they want to be in show business, they're going to be up against a lot of worse things than Louis
Here's what
C.K.'s
bothers me.
dick.
Now,
And
everybody's
also-
coming out and saying it. Everyone's coming out, even the people that like the Scott Baio thing. I don't know. I don't know about how much I believe her either, because she went up to him after the show was over and she wanted to sleep with him. She wanted,
boy.
and now she's saying, well, no, I was 14, 15, and 16, but she didn't lose her virginity to him because she went to him after she was 18. So all these stories don't jive.
There's a lot of gray area with all this. And also, you can be sexually abused as a girl when you're 14 or 15 and think this guy's your boyfriend who's 18, and then years later go, wait a minute, that wasn't
But
my
here's
boyfriend. That guy was sexually assaulting
Here's what
me
Scott
because
Baio
I'm
said.
underage.
Here's what Scott Baio said. When you're 14, 15, 16 on a set, you have a teacher and a parent on the set with you at all times. When did I have time to sexually do something to her or manipulate her?
I don't know, but it happens a lot on the set. So how about with the gymnastics girls? Where those girls, it is great that they came forward because that guy's a piece of shit. And I forget how many women it was, how many girls.
It's 50.
I think it's more than that.
So sad.
And here's the saddest thing. Did you see the thing with the father?
Yeah.
The
I
father.
wish you would
I
have punched
donated
him in the
$10.
face. He missed him by a hair.
I sent him $10 on GoFundMe.
He has a GoFundMe?
Yeah, there was
he does?
They
Why
raised
does he
like
need
$30,000.
What do they need a GoFundMe for?
Because I guess I don't know, he's a union guy and he had a regular blue collar job and he put his daughters through, I don't know. Who doesn't need a
I love that
GoFundMe?
guy. And he's like,
I
just
know.
give me
Wait,
5
Can't
minutes
we
with
put
him.
a GoFundMe for chit chat?
We should
Yeah.
put a GoFundMe for
Definitely. GoFundMes. I'm very good at
But
making
that-
GoFundMes.
Can you make me a GoFundMe
yeah, I'll make
for
you guys a
chit chat?
GoFundMe. Sure.
Good.
That guy made me cry, though, when I saw him. Because you think, like, you have 3 little girls, and all 3 of them get molested by this asshole.
He goes to the judge. Can I just have 5 minutes?
I love that.
And he
in
said
a
1
room.
minute. And then he said,
And
"Can
then
I
he
have 1
goes,
minute?"
she goes, no, we can't do that. And she wanted to let him have 5. I would have said, you know what?
Go
But
ahead.
I'm going to make an exception. I'm going to make an exception this time. I'll give you 7 minutes.
Beat the living piss out of him for everyone.
And this man was so angry. And she says to him, no, I can't do that. And he goes, what about 1 minute? Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
I know.
I love that
guy.
guy.
30 seconds.
And he was really
and then he
fighting.
got- he
They were
jumped.
wrestling him to the ground, and it took 3 of them to get the guy down. I love that father. That's the kind of father you want.
So
Anyway.
now,
This guy, I hope, goes to jail forever.
yeah, he's going.
He's
for
going
like
for
70
2
to life.
he's going for a life sentence
Yeah.
on top of 40 years or
Yeah,
some
something
crazy
like
thing.
that. Yeah.
He'll never get
I'm
out.
going to be a
Good.
pen pal before you know it.
You're going to get his reason why.
Me too.
Those girls with the pen pals, they're always like,
Oh my
what is
God,
going on
well,
with those
what-
girls?
Yeah. Oh my God, prison. Oh, you bay. Anyway, okay. So this is the other thing I have to talk
Okay,
about.
what do you want to talk
That was
about?
one thing about the Louis.
I
Thing.
like that
think
you
we
come
figured it
prepared
out.
with topics. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
very nice.
Well, Judy Gold yelled at me once because I didn't have any topics to talk to her about. And ever since then, okay, I'm going to a podcast. I'll be prepared. The other thing I wanted to run by you is, so
Yes.
when the Brady Bunch came out,
yes.
Baywatch was at the top of the charts.
It was?
Yeah, it was like #1 television show.
I did
Baywatch,
not know that.
The first Brady Bunch. And so I was on a press tour, which they sent me on, and I enjoyed it. It was great. I did Rosie's show, I did Conan's show, I did all the TV shows, and a lot of radio. Well, almost every time I went somewhere, including on the Rosie O'Donnell show, I was on with somebody.
You were very funny on the Rosie O'Donnell show, by the way.
Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
your
was-
list that you read. You're looking at people.
No,
writing?
somebody's calling me, but I don't know who it is. It's probably a crank. Anyway, because they like me.
Oh, Kit Stewart is yelling at us. Can Alice talk, please?
Oh, I love
Patty doesn't know how to shut up.
Now, is he single? Ken, are you single?
Kit is a woman.
Kid is a man.
Oh,
a man.
Kit.
I
Oh, I
said
thought you
man.
said Ken.
Kit.
Kit is a
Oh,
woman.
that's nice that she wants me to talk. Okay, so I'm going to talk, okay? So, So I was on the press tour, and everywhere I went, I was with a Baywatch woman. And, 5 o'clock in the morning, doing the morning show. And so I did a lot of morning shows. I did Rick D's show. I don't know if you remember Rick Dees.
I remember Rick Dees.
He was
Do
a
you
big
know
deal
Rick
for a
Dees,
few
Adam?
years. I don't even know if is he still alive or not. Anyway, I did his show, and Toluca Lake. We went to Toluca Lake, where Kevin used to live, and he used to want to get the name changed to Tolucaville. But went to Toluca Lake, and I go in, and I'm really tired, and I get there, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. And
You look like shit.
Yeah, I look like shit, but it's radio. Who cares? And so I sit, and I'm talking to this really nice guy who was a MC on one of the game show. He was a game show host or something, and he was very nice, and we knew some people in common.
He's on the show with you, this guy?
Well, I thought he was going to be, but he said, no, I'm in the next hour. And I go, oh, why are you here at 5 a.m. then if you're not until 6? He goes, I thought I was on at 5, so I'm just going to take a nap. But anyway, so this woman comes in, and she's like, oh, shit, another Baywatch person I have to be on the show with. I have nothing to say to these Baywatch women. And most of the time, they have
Nice
on their
tits.
outfits. Yeah.
Are they wearing bathing suits?
No, they wear like tops with, everything
Boobs.
hanging out.
Yeah,
and, their bodies, and
They're
they're all
hot.
about their hair. Yeah, they're hot to certain guys, I guess. Not anybody I
To
would
Adam.
Adam, yeah.
He likes
Well,
that.
I think a
To
lot
my
of
husband, you're Beyonce.
Yes, and
He
to
likes
most
Baywatch.
90%. 99%
well,
of the
yeah,
men
but
like that.
do they want to talk to him for an hour
Yes,
on a
they
radio
don't
show?
Even
They
the
don't
gay
give a
men
shit.
like them.
Yeah, it's all right if you like them, but do you want to be on a radio show with them?
Yes, they do. Adam would. Yes, Adam?
I wouldn't mind.
What are you going to talk about?
Get your mic on, Adam.
Their bodies?
He doesn't give a shit what he's going to. They don't give a shit about what they're going to talk about. They're just hoping they're going to
Easy.
fuck
No,
them after the show.
I think most guys are just excited to, I don't know,
Look
meet the
Baywatch.
gals that they're fans of. We spend a lot of time watching them run on the beach, and
Yeah. You
Like
spend
the-
a lot
like-
of time with your hands,
Like the
where.
porn star. The porn star that
Exactly.
did 500 guys. What was her name?
Oh, Stormy?
I don't know.
Jenna,
Oh, not
Jenna
Stormy. I thought you
Jenna
meant
Jameson.
Stormy.
Jameson and
Oh.
all these regular civilian guys lined up. They had to get AIDS tests. They wanted to be with her, and
right.
she did
Wow.
the video with regular civilian
Wait a minute,
guys.
she
I wanna
banged
go back to my
civilians?
Baywatch
Over
story.
500.
Sorry, it goes
So-
off on a
I know.
That
really,
time it was you,
that's
Carrie.
Awful. Anyway. Now I'm upset. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to start doing this pretty soon. That'll take care of everything. But so I was always on with the Baywatch. Blah 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 blah. Well, every time these guys like Rick Dees, some of them morning DJ guys, they would like drool and stare at the woman's tits, and they would just talk to the woman. They wouldn't talk to me. It was like I was nothing. They wouldn't even ask. So Rick Dees,
That's
we went
uncomfortable.
in. Rick, oh, it was horrible. So Rick Dees said, "Oh, we're gonna have a game show. We're gonna have a game show, and you're gonna be the person that answers the questions." And he didn't even look at me or anything. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, "Oh, well, probably I'm gonna be the smart contestant, and this will be fun." But he didn't even say anything to me. And they did this whole game show
Without you
and I sat there.
Oh, that's mean.
And so towards the end, I started saying really funny, sarcastic, mean, horrible things to him, And this was like not till a half hour in. And then he goes, "Huh, yeah, you're funny." And I just thought, so that's the opposite of sexual harassment. He's sitting there practically drooling, looking at this Baywatch woman.
That is.
And he's like, and then he was ignoring me because I wasn't Susie sexual, although I've had some really nice boyfriends. And, all right, okay. But it's like
was
ignoring
your
it was
sexuality.
the opposite of sexual harassment, whatever that is.
It
But I
was-
want to say, yeah, take this. I'm going to get Judy Gold will go if I say me 3 or something. Make some kind of a thing about women that are ugly. Imagine being one of these poor, fat, ugly gals that a guy holds the door for the woman in front of you and just lets the door slam
I'm
on
that
your
woman.
face.
That's me. I'm that woman. I'm that girl. They hold it for the pretty girls, and then the guy lets it slam in my face. And it was one time I had crutches, and I had my foot surgery on my foot, and I was at the post office, and I'm holding a package, and the guy still let it slam in my face, and I'm like,
Wow.
"Thank you." That's when you know
I
you're
just-
postmenopausal.
Well,
is
also,
when they
I
go-
start to tell him off now.
Oh yeah, I do.
I'm
yeah.
like, that's so wrong what you just did. I mean, it's like, but you can't tell off the world, but you can tell off a few men and make them feel really guilty and uncomfortable. And then when you tell them they're an asshole, they really get upset, though.
Can
Anyway.
I tell about the time you told me off, which was actually a good thing?
Oh, I did?
Yeah, yeah. It
What was
really-
it about? Eric?
was-
Oh,
Yes!
no. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Okay, so I was married to Eric Kornfeld,
Oh,
and
God.
it wasn't working out. Right, I had 2 kids.
Boy, did I
and,
live through that.
And it was. wasn't working out at all because he was gay.
It wasn't
but did I
working
know
out?
he was gay when I was talking to you? Do you remember?
You were you kind of thought maybe,
Yeah.
but you didn't really know.
Wait, Carrie's taking a phone call.
Oh,
Who are you
no.
talking to?
She's talking
Daughter?
to Joey Cola.
Okay.
All right, I gotta go. I'm doing my show.
So I call you. We would talk on the phone, and I go, I don't know what to do. We had this fight, and he said this to me, and I said that, and we're not having sex, and I don't want to, and blah blah blah. And this went on for like months, and then I remember at one point you go to me, listen, I can't listen to this shit anymore. You go to me, you're gonna have to just go to a therapist because I'm not getting paid to be a therapist.
No.
You go,
Oh, my
you
God.
go.
Oh,
and
that's so mean.
That's
I
why I
can't-
love you.
And I can't listen to it anymore. And I was just like, me, because I always get like hurt feelings easily. And I go, okay, right.
I don't even remember
You
this.
don't remember this? And I was like, oh my God, maybe. And so then I get off the phone and I'm thinking, maybe Henriette isn't my good friend because she doesn't want to listen to my problems. And then I was thinking about it and I thought, yeah, she's right. Like, why am I just going, it's the same thing day after day after day? And then I remember one other time I said something about him. He said, what did I tell you? I was like, all right.
But I think at the time I knew Eric was gay, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Right, and and then
Everybody knew.
And
I
I
know,
did
yeah.
go to a therapist after that, and it was shortly after that. Well, not shortly, but a year after that, I did divorce him.
Oh, good.
But it was a good thing.
Oh.
You gave me tough love,
Oh,
honestly.
good. Oh.
So you were just like, look, enough already. You go, this is a lot of negative energy that I do not want to take in. That's what you're saying to
I
me.
did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
remember it
good.
exactly.
God,
That-
I'm
good.
not like that anymore. Now I'm just a sponge.
No, I like that. You're good.
but no, you were very good with that.
Wow.
Either you're gonna listen to me or you're gonna shut up.
I just remember when you were tortured being married to him. You
Yeah,
were
it was
really-
bad.
It was really bad.
I was very unhappy.
And then remember when Brett Butler threatened to kill me, and I called you up and told you where the cassette tape was from my machine. I had a phone machine, and Brett Butler left me threatening messages saying she was going to kill me. And I call up Patty. I said, Patty, just so you know, if Brett Butler kills me tonight, I took out the tape, I put it in the back of the file drawer, and so that's the proof that she's the one who killed me. I was
she
like
was a big
Nicole.
girl.
I was like Nicole with OJ.
Because
That's what I was
she
like.
was a big girl.
because
She hated. She
I
really,
do remember. I don't want her to get mad at me because she's my friend on Facebook, so I hope she's not listening.
Oh,
but
I hope she's my friend.
I do
Brett, you were way out of control. And then years later, Kenny
Kenny was her husband.
Yeah. Years later, I ran into him in L.A. because he had kind of cooperated with one of her
He
messages.
did. He left a message also. I
And,
remember
yeah,
it.
and
You played it for
I
me.
ran into him in Erewhon. That's nowhere spelled backwards, and it's the natural food store out there. And I used to go there a lot. And guy taps me. I turn around and I look at him, and I think I know him. And he goes, Kenny. And I said, oh my God, how are you? And he said, I'm really sorry about what happened
He
with
did
you
say
all those
that?
years ago. He said, I've really felt bad, and I'm really glad that I can tell you I feel bad, and I apologize. And I said, so are you still with Brett? He goes, no. And that
She tried to kill me.
she probably
Be-
tried to
because-
But
kill
let
him.
me ask you a question. What actually happened that she wanted to kill you?
Well, the way I saw it was
I
that
remember.
she wanted to be friends with me, and I was always kind of a little like Larry David told me to treat her like she was an outpatient at a mental hospital, okay?
You did
Because
not.
in the Improv, he told me and Nancy Shane that one night.
At the
Oh my
Improv
God,
Comedy
yeah,
that's
Club.
yeah, I'm throwing some names around now, but
I
anyway,
love Larry David.
Any other
He's
good,
funny.
after this, tell us any Larry David stories. I love Larry David.
how's Nancy? Anyway, anyway. What were we talking about?
Okay.
What
Butler,
happened?
what's the
So
fight?
you treated her like
so,
an outpatient.
Well, no, so I couldn't be really friends. I don't know. I just, like Patty and me or, Nancy Shane and me, whatever, Judy Gold and me. It's all good, But with Brett, I always knew something was off.
Right.
I didn't want to get close to her. And so she was at the Improv and I said hi to Kenny because I would say hi to her. But I said hi to Kenny, and that made her mad. And she started going back and forth outside the Improv. Rose said to me, I think Brett's a little upset about something. And then she'd look in at me, and then she'd go back and forth. And I thought, wow, that was weird. So then I get home, and there was all those threatening messages.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. She
I
probably
think-
left like 90 messages.
Did
Oh, it
she
was
say
so
she was
She
gonna
said I
kill-
was never
she
going to
was
get anywhere in show business, which she was right about. You were right, Brett. I'm nowhere. And then she said that nobody thought I was funny. That hurt. I called up Kevin. I go, Brett said nobody thinks I'm funny.
Kevin Meaney?
Yeah.
And he said, you are funny.
Yeah, because
I told you you were funny.
Yeah,
You called me
yeah.
up too. Yeah.
But I told you where the tape was.
And
I remember
saying to
taking
you-
the tape, and Sue Kalinsky I called too in case Brett went and killed you because she knew that you were my friend. So I called Sue Kalinsky too, and I said, Sue, the tape's in the back of the file drawer in case Brett
Do you
kills
still
me.
have the tape?
Yeah.
You
Oh
know
my
what's really
God,
funny?
that
I
would be
still have
great.
I
the tape.
actually said
That
to
would be
you,
great.
you need to get out of the apartment. I
Yeah,
said
you
that
did.
to you,
I
and
remember
said,
that.
Just
I
come
was
stay at my
scared.
house. And
That's
you
right.
said, I'm really scared. I go, I think you need to get out of the apartment.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you know,
remember that.
there's a threat. Somebody could threaten you. A normal person that could threaten you to be like, oh my God, they're going to kick my ass. And then a crazy person threatens you, and
Yeah.
you're like, this person can actually kill me.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
a difference.
I don't. But she's like nice to me on Facebook.
Oh my God! Jeffrey Dahmer could be nice to you on Facebook, and you'd say, "But he's a nice guy."
Don't get me in trouble with her. And by the way, Brian Playdough. Hello, Brian. He's a big fan of our show, and he is listening.
Oh,
so I
that's-
want to give
I'm
a
a big
shout out.
fan.
Joe
to him.
Magaga watching? Cause
I don't know if Joe Magaga is, but I would like to say that
Are
Joe
any of my friends
Magaga
friends,
is our
Joe?
biggest fan,
I love
aside
Joe
from
Magaga.
Brian Playdough. And
Well, those are nice names.
Well, Joe Magaga definitely supports what we do.
Oh,
and
he
we
retweets
need
us.
more guys
Oh.
like this
Oh,
that's
because
nice.
our show needs to get picked up by a major network.
Oh,
here's
good.
another
I
thing.
hope so.
Here's another thing we should plug right in the middle of this. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
but Carrie and I never plugged the show that after we did it. We did My Worst Holiday with Jay and Mark. And you talked about your grandmother, your worst, your
Yes,
horrible
my
grandmother
grandmother's
stories.
stories.
And I told my worst boyfriend story. So please listen to that. That
That
was
is
a great
good
episode.
one. That
That's
was
a good one.
And it's called My Worst Holiday.
My Worst Holiday with Jay and Mark, and they're great guys, and they're very supportive also.
and then
so we
where
have to-
are they? In like Iowa or something?
They're in Illinois.
Oh, Illinois.
I don't know where Illinois is, but
It's in the middle.
Chicago?
It's Chicago.
it's in the middle of.
It's
Okay.
in the middle of the lakes,
Um,
Lake Michigan,
You know what
right
I-
in the middle.
You know what I want to ask you about? I want to. Oh, first of all, tell us about your Emmys. So, Ben
No.
Stein's money. What did you do for Ben Stein's money?
I love Ben Stein.
I wrote the little funny things,
Oh, the
like-
jokes.
Yeah, the top, like you had to think up a question, but then outside the question, my funniest one was it was about the woman space commander. No, it was about. Wait, I got to think of it. Talk a minute. I got to think of this. John Denver. Oh, I know. It was about a John Denver song that he wrote for his wife that was dying. And I wrote the outside of. I was so sick of dick jokes all the time.
Yeah.
So I wrote Almost Heaven, West Vagina.
Great.
That was his song, Almost Heaven, West Virginia. I wrote Almost Heaven, West Vagina. It's a John Denver song. And then I had another one about the
he said
first-
that on air? He
What?
said that on the show?
No, they wouldn't let me have vagina jokes. They'd only let the guys have dick jokes. But
Wait,
every
so
once
that
in a while,
never
I
made
get
it
so
West
sick
Vagina?
of being. No, but I wonder if I had a space woman. Oh, one step for man, one giant step for man, one giant leap for menstruation, or something like that. These were funny jokes, very funny at the time.
And you won an Emmy.
Yeah,
even
I
though
won
they
an
didn't.
Emmy.
Those didn't get on the air.
Yeah, well, the menstruation one did.
Oh, that one did.
Yeah.
What's your other Emmy?
What was he like, by the way?
I hear he's a dick, Ben Stein.
Well,
Let's be honest.
this is interesting
I thought
because
it was
I was a writer
adorable.
on the show, so I couldn't talk to him
what do
they
you mean
would-
they don't let you talk
because
to him?
he had to answer the question.
Yeah, because
We
he's
might
gotta
tell
win
him
the
some
money.
answers, or he might talk to us
Right.
about
Right.
something.
And he did win a lot of those shows, right? Did he win more than he lost?
I don't know, but it was really his money.
Are you shitting me?
He put 100 or 125 grand in the bank at Comedy Central, and he was or
Wow.
100 grand, whatever it was, and he had to. Once it got to the bottom of that, was going to be the end.
show's
but he
over.
kept building. Yeah, but every time he.
Oh, so he went up
would
against-
only give it away if he lost.
Wait, he went up against Comedy Central's money?
I don't know. I just
Well, 'cause
remember
who-
it was
who's
his
the-
own money.
All right,
I
his
can't believe he
money,
put his
but
own
then
money up.
who's winning?
No, he had to give 5 grand every time he lost. He had to give 5 grand, but when he won, he didn't have to give 5 grand. So he started with 100,000, and then every time
Wow.
he
Wow.
lost, he had to give 5 grand.
Oh, so when he won, he didn't win anything.
No, he just got his own money. He kept his own money.
Great.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of a good way to kind of be famous. He was famous for about 5 minutes.
Well, he was Nixon's speechwriter,
He was.
He was
Yeah.
on Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
and he was
Oh, yeah.
He's a very talented. I mean, he's a sleaze bucket. Don't get me wrong.
He
but
is a
he's,
sleaze bucket?
He's a little bit of a sleaze bag. Yeah.
In what way?
Um,
Sexually? He's so not attractive.
I know. I don't want to talk about it because I have an Emmy with him.
yeah, let's not ruin that.
All right,
Go
don't
about the
ruin the
second.
Emmy.
I don't want to big Brent Stein into the whole Me Too movement. Believe me, he's a very nice man.
So Ben Stein has
God.
one Emmy. What's your
Well,
other Emmy?
What?
Go ahead. What?
I was gonna say Bob Barker has a lot of those. Anyway.
Bob Barker likes animals, though, right? I mean, he's the big good to
Bob
the animals.
Barker-
Yeah,
Is he
is,
dead?
but I heard
He was sexually harassed those sexy women.
Oh,
and
he did
He's
all
like
of them, I think.
112, and all those women with the fake boobs that were
On
standing
Baywatch.
in front of the cars.
They
He
would
loves
stand and
those.
go like this.
Yeah.
He was
Oh.
really on top of those girls.
Wow, I
That
didn't
was
know
one of
that.
the first guys to really get accused of that.
Yes.
And I think they sued him, and I think he had to pay out or something.
Oh God,
Wow.
why couldn't have anybody done that to me and I would have gotten paid out? All right, I'm sorry.
That's a real moment of silence there. I was hoping you would get paid out by something, too. How's this show? Can you get paid out by the show? You me. Go fund. Yeah,
Go fuck
go,
me.
Go fund this. No, I am good at GoFundMe's. I raised a lot of money for a railroad station museum in my hometown in Newfane, Vermont. It's still on there. It's called 36 Miles of Trouble. It's on GoFundMe, and I raised $26,000 or $28,000.
See,
in
I
a
usually,
month.
you know, if
I'm
everybody,
always-
If
don't
anybody
like,
just gives $1, that's millions of dollars.
I know, but I wanted people to give thousands.
Okay, I got
You know.
here's the thing about GoFundMe's. GoFundMe's kind of bother me when it's just like some person.
Yeah, but I think
who,
they don't
like,
get any money
Didn't get their shit together in life, and now they want us
Yeah.
paying for their
I
health
agree.
care and their this and their that. I feel like
I agree.
I kind of feel like
No,
what?
how could you say that?
I don't know. I just do.
How could you say that? Because I just saw a fellow comedian.
Who?
I'm not saying his name,
All right.
but you'll
I say everybody's name.
Okay,
You don't
but
say anybody's
anyway,
name.
I don't want to say it because
no one
he's
likes
sick,
me anymore anyway. So.
And you know what? You're struggling in your comedy career. You're making X amount of dollars. If you don't have health insurance, you're fucked. So his medications are costing so much money. So he put up a GoFundMe page, which I think, fucking A, yeah, put it up.
Okay.
Club
Everybody-
owners should be
Everybody
donating
can
to it.
help a little bit. It's not going to cost you anything. It's going to
But
cost you $50.
Why doesn't he have health
100
insurance? I don't understand people who don't have health insurance.
Well, it's hard when you're a struggling comic or when you're a struggling actor, when you're struggling.
Yeah, but I think it's some age you have to face the music and just say, I got to get health insurance. I know it sucks. Look, I just lost my SAG health insurance this year. I've had it for like 24 years. And this year, I didn't make enough. And I'm like, I can't believe it. So I'm on Cobra.
But you make a living at this, right? Like this is okay. So maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
What, the health insurance?
No, the GoFundMe.
Oh.
I
think it's
I'm
for a
all
lot of
for
good
the
causes.
It is. I'm all for
I
it.
do.
I'm all for
I am
people.
too.
Like Jodie Weiner, she was sick.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
No,
gave,
but
I gave because it was not going to.
What
you
was
know
that
what?
really
Maybe I'm
funny
talking about-
comic that had the props? Remember, she passed away. I gave to her.
Who was it?
Remember, we used to work Vegas, and she did all the imitations. Oh God, what was her name?
her
She was
name?
so
Not
funny.
Michelle.
And why'd she have a
LaFond.
GoFundMe?
No, because she passed. She was sick. She
Dying?
had cancer, and
Oh,
they
all
needed
right.
help
Well,
with
now
the
I
bills.
feel like a terrible
And then she
person.
passed
You're
away.
a dick.
But I can't. What was her
But
name?
maybe maybe it's not for when
God,
they're
she was
dying.
funny.
How about people who?
Let's go back to my picture on the wall. Why isn't my picture on the wall in the freaking comic strip?
Let's go to
It
your
was my
Emmy,
own
your
club.
second
Oh,
Emmy.
I should bring my Emmy in and
You
shove
bring
it up
both
a few
of them
people.
in and-
no,
and-
one
and
of them's just a certificate.
Here's the thing. Let's take a picture of you with your 2 Emmys, and then we will submit it to the comic strip and see if
Oh,
that.
it wouldn't be good enough for the wall. I don't feel like I could ever be good enough for this wall. I mean, people that never stage are on that wall. I'm looking at some comics. No, you never even got a spot unless it was 4 o'clock on a Monday.
When was the last time you were
I
here?
never met you before today, but I want a picture of you. I'm going to put you up on my wall in my house next to my kids because that's how much I love you.
Wait a minute.
I'll send you one.
Hey, here's what we can do. We'll put it right behind us over here, and it'll be in every podcast we have.
Do you remember when I did the Daily Show with you? When you were hosting the Daily Show with
yeah,
Jon
yeah.
Stewart?
Yeah.
And I came in to be your window washer lady? Remember that?
Why am I forgetting this? What do you mean
she
you
was
came in
hosting
to
the
be
Daily
window-
Show, and we were once again. I was looked over. I didn't get to be on all the shows with the people, because people in power have never liked me. I don't
No,
know.
they don't like women.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's
all
just
right,
the way
thank
it's
you.
harder for women.
Well, anyway, so Patty was mad because I couldn't get on the show, and so I went in and I
Oh, yeah, I
dressed like
tried
a
getting
cleaning
you on the
lady.
show, right?
I
Yeah.
dressed like a cleaning lady, and I was behind you and John, and you two were at the desk, and I was like washing the windows and
That's
the walls.
hilarious.
Yeah, remember? Don't you remember?
I don't know why I'm not. I am so senile at this point. I'm laughing because I think I remember, but
John
I don't know
was in on it too, though. He thought it was funny.
That
he thought
is
it was
really funny.
too. Yeah.
So
It
you
was
got
funny.
on by just
So I
being the
got
window
on
washer.
because I don't know how you guys got me in there though.
That's hilarious.
Because the
Did
Comedy
the director
Central
not know
people
that?
didn't like
so
me.
the director didn't know you were
I
going to
don't
be there. I
remember.
don't think so. Or
I
they,
don't
I don't think they
remember. I
would have
just
let us.
remember that you talked John into letting me sneak in. Or
See,
something.
that bothers me because you got the talent that women have, and it gets.
You mean at window washing?
Whatever, at anything, washing a toilet, that we get overlooked, and then you get a mediocre guy,
I know.
and he gets praised to the top. It's like what?
I know.
It's so annoying.
I know, but it's supposed to be changing.
You know who I think is mediocre? This is really. Should I not say
No,
this?
say
But
I love hearing
you know
about
who I
mediocre
think's
people.
mediocre, but I know a lot of people like him.
Uh-oh, who?
But I kind of can't stand
Don't say
him.
Benicio del Toro because I'm in love with him.
Go.
Benicio del Toro. He's
Go.
very sexy.
Oh, God, I love him.
I will tell you who. Who's that guy? James Corden or the
Oh,
guy
he's a
that
talk
late
show?
night
Know him.
guy? I mean, come
The
on.
late night guy?
Do you have to?
I've
We
never
have to
watched
bring
him.
someone in from England.
Yeah.
Is he from England?
Well, they brought the Daily Show guy in from he's from somewhere.
Well,
crazy.
there's one woman on TV now. You can't put any more on.
Yeah. But you mean Samantha Bee?
yeah, she's.
But
funny.
she's only on one night a week, right?
No, she's on 5 nights a week, isn't she?
No.
Oh.
She's only on one night a
You
week.
can't do more than that.
I know.
Oh yeah, she does the weekend review. Well, anyway,
And she's funny.
I think that guy James Corden.
Hilarious.
Didn't he just do the Emmys or whatever? It's just like
the Grammys.
The Grammy.
That's the only time I'd ever seen him. I never
just
saw
like
him.
ugh.
I think
know.
we need our own show.
Yeah. I don't know why women haven't been able to host late night. I guess Chelsea Handler did it, right?
Yeah,
But
she had good reviews, but she quit.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I think you have to be kind of like.
I mean, back in the day with Joan. Joan hosted. with
Yes,
Johnny.
yes.
Remember that?
You know what I think? I think it should be a tag team. You should be there. I should be here, the guest in the middle, and we badger them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like it.
Never
That
been
would
done.
really
I'd be
push-
called in your face.
That would
In
really push women
your
ahead in the world,
fucking
too, in
face.
terms of behaviors.
In your face.
So
So did you have sex with Trump?
Did I have sex with Trump?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Did you? Did you?
I'd rather not say.
I've never had sex with Trump. I can't even talk about Trump. I just had a discussion with Bob DeBono last night, and my neck. I had to take. What
was the name of that club in New Jersey?
Lou Duva.
Lou Duva. I love Lou Duva.
We did a show in
Lou Duva was
Jersey.
a wrestler.
He was a boxer, I
Boxer,
believe.
boxer.
And he's a little short. Do you know Lou Duva? You're a guy. Okay. And Lou Duva had a comedy club for some
Yeah.
reason, and the
No,
comedy.
that was a laundry money thing. I better
is
not
it?
talk about it. It's a mafia. I'm sorry. I
now
don't
you'll
know
have
what I
two
just
people who want to
said.
kill you after the show.
3.
And it was in an actual, like a ring. Like,
Uh-huh.
you remember, had the brass rings around the side? So it was like you were in a boxing ring. Do you
Yeah.
remember this?
No.
You don't remember the stage was
I don't
like
remember.
that?
All I remember is you saying Lou Duva, Lou Duva, Lou Duva.
You
Lou
were
Duva.
like, you used to
I
say Lou
opened for
Duva
you?
was in love with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in love with you.
Hey, that's what you used to say. Because
Yeah.
he came.
We did all those fucking shit gigs.
What's your worst gig?
Well, the time the guy broke a bottle and waved it at me, telling me he was going to come on stage and get me. And that was in Santa Cruz, California. And I cried when I came off stage. And I remember, I forget who the
Wait a minute,
headliner
he
was.
broke a bottle?
He broke a bottle and he said he was going to kill me.
What did you do? What had you done?
She might have made fun of him.
I
or
wasn't
something.
funny enough. I don't know. Probably wasn't funny, especially after that. But I forget who. I'm going to think of who the headliner was because he was really nice about. Oh, it was. Oh God, I can't remember that dude's name. Anyway, so I went upstairs and I was just distraught because I bombed so bad and because that guy told me he was going to kill me with a bottle. And so all of a sudden, in walks Dickie Smothers.
Oh, yeah.
And I go,
Is
and
he
I
the
thought I was
brunette or the
seeing things.
blonde?
I thought I bombed so bad that I was hallucinating. No, Tommy was the funny one. Dickie was the straight man.
Dickie was
And he said, "Oh my God, you're so funny."
He
And I
said you were funny?
Yeah, and I go, "Did you just see that?" He goes, yeah, that's why I came up, because I never get laughs on stage. So how do you think I feel? My brother gets all the laughs. He goes, but
That
you were
was
just
nice. That
yeah.
was nice.
Oh, he was sweet, and he told me how funny it was, and it was just one of those great moments.
Wow, I love that.
Oh my God, did I? It was a horrible
What
experience.
happened? Did anybody step in with the guy
no,
with the
no
glass?
one even gave a shit.
Nobody
I mean,
said sit down.
They
no,
or-
it was
never
like a
did.
holiday night. It was like the 4th of July or some
Let
holiday.
me tell you, they never did. I worked a room, the Shooting Stars. It was a very
Oh my God,
violent,
Shooting
violent
Stars.
room.
Yeah.
I had
Yonkers.
this guy get up, try to get me. He goes, you're well, he's calling me the C word. I said, is that any way to talk about your mother? No. Then he gets
boy.
up and he starts charging the stage, and I picked up the mic, stand like this. I was like, gonna whack him one. And I'm like, security! And no one's coming. And as he's coming to the stage, I got the mic. You know, the bottom is very heavy.
Yes.
I would have cracked him right
Oh
in the
my
face.
God.
Oh my God.
And,
You don't know Carrie. Carrie's tough.
and
She's
all
a fighter.
of a sudden, the guy in the front row was a big Italian guy with his girlfriend, and he grabbed him by the back of the shirt like this, and he whapped him down on the floor. And I was like, thank you.
Wow,
Thank
Yonkers.
you. And then
Yonkers is tough.
then security came and they grabbed him, and they're pulling him out. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, put him up. Come back and fight like a man. Put him up. Put him up.
Oh my
Put him
God.
up.
Wow.
And I just kept tormenting as he got out.
But back then they didn't have guns. Now people have
Yeah,
guns.
now
Oh
they'll
yeah, you're
shoot you.
afraid now. Well,
Now
I had
they
that
kill
guy
you.
who ran me off the road. I thought he was going to kill me because I had, I guess, humiliated him because he wouldn't stop heckling me. Where was that? That was at what was that place?
Wait, he followed you in the car?
Yes, he followed me in the. As I walk by,
Oh, my
he's with
God.
two other guys, and they're standing outside. They go, "You think you're smart, don't you? You think you're smart?" As I'm walking in my car, and I forget who I was with.
I would
was
have
with
went back in the club.
another two. Well, stupid me! I didn't think someone
you
would
were with other
actually try to
comics.
kill me. I was with one other comic in the car, or maybe two. I guess it was two because there were three of us. And
Were you
I
in
was-
like a redneck neighborhood?
Yes,
Well,
and it was
yeah.
called. What was the bar? Oh my God! It was the shittiest bar show ever. It began with an R. Anyway, and he'd been heckling me to the point where I couldn't get one joke out.
Wow.
So finally, I did the thing. Where I saw what's his name do it. Who's the black guy? Who's the black guy? The comic.
Eddie Murphy?
Yes, that's exactly. See, that's why I ask her because she
He's
knows
so
who I mean.
funny.
Eddie
I mean,
Murphy.
That's the only black guy I know.
Because that's what I saw Eddie Murphy do, where someone was heckling me. He goes, "Oh, you're funnier than me. Go on and tell the joke." And then he takes the
I did that
microphone
once
out.
and it was scary.
Bad
And you go
idea.
in the
Bad
back,
idea.
and then the guy's on stage without a mic, and he's trying to tell a joke, and then Eddie Murphy's like, "You suck, fuck you," and the place is going crazy. And then they're all heckling.
So did you do that?
I did that to this guy because he would not, and no one would shut him up. No one from the bar. I'm going to the bartender. Hey, can you do anything with this? And the bartender.
So he got up on stage.
So he gets up on stage. He starts to tell a joke. I'm in the back, and I'm like, "You suck. Blow me. And then I'm like, bend over.
And now you're
Pull
getting
down your
laughs.
pants. Now I'm getting laughs, and now all the people are heckling him. All the people
Oh,
are like, "You
that's
suck." And then I
hilarious.
did this thing, another thing that I stole
This is a
from someone.
fascinating story, and I'm
Somebody
not
here,
kidding.
somebody here from the comic strip, George Calfa used to do this. If he hated an audience member, he'd go, "Na na 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 na, hey, goodbye."
Right.
So then he'd go to the audience like, "Come on." So the whole audience would do it until the person fucking left.
Wow.
So that's it. So then I started na 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 with this guy. Now the whole audience, he sits down with his tail between his legs, and he's right in the front. And I go back up on stage, and I think I've won, and I go, "Yeah," I go, and this is another line I stole. Everything I did that night, I stole. I go, "That's why you're paying a check, and I'm getting a check." Okay, so
Nice.
Where'd you steal that from?
and that
I
was
like
from
that
somebody
line.
else here
I
at the
don't
comic
remember
strip.
that
Okay,
line.
so but I had to steal whatever
Hey,
I
that's
could.
mine.
Just
No.
to handle that guy. And then that's when he was waiting for me outside. He goes, "You think you're smart. You think you're smart." And whoever I was with, whatever comic, I
Wow.
can't remember, he goes, "Keep walking. Just walk fast. Walk fast." We get in the car, and they pull up right behind me. And I'm driving, and they push me off the road like I'm going down the,
Yeah, I would have crashed right. I
down
would have
the,
slammed the brake.
whatever
yeah,
that,
the bank,
ditch, the
ditch,
banquette,
right.
the ditch. And I start sliding down, and then they just go, "Woohoo!" and then start beeping the horn, and then they drove off, which was good because I thought they were going to kill us.
Yeah, I would have slammed my brakes.
You know,
That's
I have
what
to
I-
say
I
about
know.
men comedians, though, like my experience with men comedians has always been really positive. I've had very few men.
Michael Langworthy was a complete dick to me. Michael
Well, yeah,
Langworthy
but
from
that's one
California.
out of how
yeah, I know.
many?
But no, most guys I love.
And I mean, they
most-
were always very kind of gallant too at times, like protective of women. I never felt like they were jerks.
I
Even
will
the
s-
jerk ones were never jerks. Like even Chris what's his name? Even DiPaolo. What's his name?
Nick.
Nick
Even
DiPaolo.
Nick DiPaolo. I
Oh,
mean,
he
he was
was
an
a nice-
asshole, but he
nice
was
guy.
a nice asshole.
He was an
you
asshole
know?
to me.
But he was a nice
Oh,
asshole.
I like Nick.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
He
but
he fucking bad mouthed me from the stage after
he
my
probably was
set.
attracted to you.
He was bombing.
probably
He was
was.
bombing,
Oh,
and
and
that's
he was
why.
attracted to you.
And
I
he
had
was
so many
trying to-
women come up and go, do you know him? Is he single? Yeah, okay.
All the girls used to love him. Did
Remember?
you like
Oh
him?
my
Did you
God,
think he was attractive?
they loved him.
Because he was like a bad boy and he was
Where
mean.
is he?
Old. I'm sorry. Where you said?
Yeah, I mean, what
I thought you
happened
said
to
how.
him?
He works
He's
at-
still working.
He
He's
does
still-
comedy.
Yeah, he's
does.
I see his
headlining
picture.
everywhere.
He works
He's
governors.
still funny.
Yeah. Is he you know what's funny? For a while, he had a picture where he's smiling with his teeth showing, like a goofy picture. I'm like, what the fuck is that picture
Yeah,
about?
he was never.
And that's when
goofy.
everybody was like making fun of the picture. And all of a sudden, the next time I went to Governor's, that picture was down. He hasn't. Now he's got the mean
Yeah,
picture
he
up
always
again
had
because
a
he couldn't
mean
do
look,
that.
Yeah.
But some guys were. You know who was nice? Jack Simmons was nice to me.
Oh my God! Remember his opening joke?
No,
I was
what
going to
was it?
stay home tonight, but my hair looked too good.
Yeah, Jack Simmons was one good-looking, pretty boy.
I didn't think. Remember,
Blue eyes.
remember his manager?
As manager, I
Jack
think they were in
Simmons
love.
hangs out with me.
He does.
Yes.
The comic?
Yes.
All I remember about him is that opening joke. Go up and say, I was going to stay home tonight, but my hair looked too
And
good.
he did. He had that
It's a
thick.
funny joke.
I think he had a mullet back then.
Well,
That was
he's
that
still
thick,
good looking.
He's very
not,
handsome.
He's not ugly.
6'4",
Is he still with his manager?
built.
I don't know.
His
about
blonde
that.
manager had like
Yeah.
this.
No, I don't think
She
so.
drove him everywhere.
And she used to
That's
fix his hair with
funny.
hairspray
Yeah.
at the moment.
You know, a lot of people don't know this about
his hair
Jack.
did look good.
Jack is a really good guy.
Yeah,
He's
I
a good guy.
agree.
Wait,
I-
Jack's mother got sick or whatever, and he took care of her, so he couldn't do a lot of road gigs. He couldn't travel. He stayed home because his brothers weren't going to
Well,
do
he had
it.
some funny jokes.
Well, he's the one.
I never
did
really
it.
knew him.
I did a gig with him, and they were heckling me terrible, and I was new, and I was like freaking out, and I wasn't doing well, and I had really bad OCD back then, and I couldn't leave the house.
What do you
I
mean back then?
Well, it was to the point where I would actually be when he was driving me, and I was having like an anxiety attack in the car. Like I'm not that bad like anymore. And I just said to him, I'm kind of having an anxiety attack. I feel like I want to like get out of the car and run. Like I was, and he's like, hey, don't worry about. Like he was talking to me, like he was so nice.
Aw.
And then we go to this gig, and these guys are heckling me so bad. And he told them to be quiet. And then he goes up on stage. He goes, I don't like the way you guys were talking to the other comic. She's a really good comic, and she's a great person.
Oh, that's
and
so
I would like
sweet.
everyone to give her a hand because she worked really hard tonight. Like and then everyone gave me a big hand. Like he was really nice to me. So
That's a very.
But anyway,
nice
that's a
story.
nice
That
guy
is a
story.
That
nice
is a
story.
that
great
makes up
story.
for the
I have
Louis
to say,
C.K. story.
I have to say, one time, Kevin Meaney, I was working at a Mexican restaurant, and all of a sudden it started
can
coming
imagine
over
it.
in the middle of. Yeah, remember those gigs? And in the middle.
Wait,
Kevin,
you're doing comedy at a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah,
you
what, is
worked
that
in-
a shocker?
No, I
No.
thought
I
she meant
still
she
do
worked
comedy
yeah,
at
me
Mexican
too.
She worked
restaurants.
in the kitchen.
No, I was doing comedy,
Oh.
and I forget who I was with. But it was kind of a famous headliner, and of course I was the middle as usual. And maybe that's why my picture's not on the wall because I never. Well, anyway, I did headline towards the end of my.
Got 2 Emmys.
Yeah, thank you. Good night, folks. 2 nominations, 1 short list for an Oscar. Anyway,
Go.
so I forgot what I was talking about.
The guy
What guy?
in the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, so all of a sudden, so I'm doing my jokes and I'm doing pretty well. All of a sudden, over the loudspeaker, Smith, table of 3. Rossborough, table of 4 in the back. Joe Blow, table of 2.
What the hell is that?
They were naming people that were waiting for tables, only it was coming through on my microphone system.
That's hilarious.
And Kevin, to his credit, and then it would be just every once in a while. We'd think it would have stopped, and then all of a sudden, like Moon Melons, table of 5. Your table is ready. Go to section 6. And so Kevin went and told them to shut it off, and they said they couldn't because they needed to have it on for people.
That's great.
Yeah.
Tell us about with Kevin Meaney. Now, do you know about the airport stories? What happened?
Well,
Kevin
he had
Meaney
a
got
few
arrested
issues.
once, and then he got
Twice,
another
twice.
at
Yeah.
the airport, though. But always
Yeah.
at the airport.
Yeah.
What is going on now? He had a little bit of a temper. Yes, I
Well,
loved him.
he didn't really
He's
have
my
a temper. He just would get indignant.
So what happened? He
Well, the
beat
first
up a
one-
Muslim woman.
No,
is
the
that what
first one
happened?
they were. No,
Oh, my
apparently
God.
he wouldn't tell me
she
about
had
that
a
one.
Habib. What
He
do you call it?
wouldn't-
Not
he
a
went to
Habib.
Rikers
A hijab.
overnight. He went to
Hijab.
Rikers.
She had a burqa.
Hijab. Habib.
A burqa,
hijab.
right?
He went
but
to
it was the
Rikers
thing-
overnight. He said it was the best date night he'd ever had. Just kidding.
that's her outfit, a burqa. It's not,
Yeah,
it's her
but the
own-
hijab. What is
I
it?
don't know what that
Hijab?
is. I don't
That's
know
a
what that
car.
is.
That's a
Hijab is
jeep.
on the head. The hijab is on the head.
Just the head?
So that's what she was wearing. The woman had a hijab.
Oh, I don't know. He wouldn't. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
you don't know the story.
He wouldn't talk about it to me. He wouldn't
Oh,
tell
okay.
me.
I thought you might
He
know
got
some
arrested
inside
for that?
information.
Yeah, he went to. Well, I do know he went to Rikers, and that he said it was the best date night he ever had.
I
But
would
he did go to
imagine.
Rikers overnight. But then-
Overnight, and then they let him go.
yeah, but he always told me it was overnight. But I don't know. With Kevin, you never quite knew. Did he really stay in
Kevin
Rikers
Meaney was
overnight?
so funny.
I'm gonna ask who would know. No, Barry Crimmins might know if that's true or not. Remember Barry Crimmins?
No.
He was a Boston comic. He might know. I'm gonna ask him.
And did he go to jail the other time too?
No, the other time he didn't go to jail. He just got
What did he
fined.
do? What did he do?
He said that the security people were touching his wife too much. That's back when he wasn't gay, and that was before when he was straight. And they said that they were searching his wife too much, and he got in trouble. He got taken away.
Oh well, that's a good reason. At least that's a reason.
Yeah.
The other woman supposedly had bumped. She said he bumped into her.
Yeah, apparently he was, but he was probably walking fast, and she was walking slow, and he was on his way, and
she said he didn't stop and say I'm sorry, and then it was on tape, on camera.
Uh-oh.
And he said he didn't, and then I guess it was on camera.
Oh boy.
But I'm not.
I believe he would never come clean to me about that.
I thought you might have some inside information.
No, some things Kevin wouldn't tell me.
What about? Can we talk about the other one? What's his name? Oh God, why am I going blank on his name?
You have the notes,
I
Patty.
have the notes. Wait a minute.
She has the notes and goes blank.
Well, I want to ask about Ralph Nader, but before that, you worked on the Osbournes.
That's right.
Ozzy Osbourne.
I love
What the
Ozzy.
My
fuck was
God.
that
Yeah,
about?
That was Jeff Stilson.
Oh, he worked on that?
He was he was my boss.
He was?
Yeah, and I had just worked for Michael Moore. I was in New York, and I went back out there, and then I had worked on some horrible game show because I was always on a game show.
What was the
in
game
bet-
show?
I don't even remember that one. That 21 or Three's a Crowd, or I don't remember. I worked on so many freaking
How's
game
Michael
shows.
Moore? Is he nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems
So,
nice.
I like Michael Moore.
Yeah, me too.
too.
Oh, we all like Michael. Michael, come on the show sometime.
Some
would you?
people hate
Michael,
him.
come on our show.
Yeah.
Believe
He
it.
he's good. He's really. I have to say, Michael is a great employer for women. Like he's fair.
Really?
He has a lot of women work for him. He's
'Cause
always
he
fair
knows
about
they're
women.
funny.
I know. He knows they're smart. He's good with.
What's the story? Is he married?
He's I don't know if he's divorced yet.
Oh,
He's-
okay.
Yeah. But now who are we talking? Oh, Ozzy.
Ozzy.
So
Ozzy
Jeff.
Osbourne.
So I'd worked on all these game shows, and my spirit was beaten. And I said to Jeff Stilson, I just want to work with my friends. I just want to have some fun. And he goes, okay. He goes, meet me at the farmer's market and know who Ozzy Osbourne is. So this was before the internet was really popular. And I get over there, and he goes, so? And I go, yeah, he was the lead singer in Kiss.
Oh my God.
And Jeff goes, you didn't even look it up, did you? And I go, well, I did. Maybe I just had the wrong information. I don't know. I didn't even look it up. And so, anyway, so he hired me. And then I hired Sue Kalinsky. And who else worked on that was a comic? That was it, I think. So it
That
was
show
fun.
was really funny.
It was funny.
I'll tell you the funniest, and
She's
I still
nice. Is she nice?
Yeah,
Sharon? I
she's-
think she.
Sharon's nice if you're on her side. She
Don't
was always
cross her.
really nice to me.
Yeah.
But if you weren't on her side, I think there's a few issues.
now those two, they're not married anymore. Are
Yeah,
they?
I think they are. Yeah.
Oh, they did get back
Yeah,
together?
'cause
They
he was having an
separated
affair
for-
with the hairdresser.
Yeah,
remember?
yes.
I just read about it in the
and
tabloids.
she left. The wife left and moved out, or
Oh, she did?
made him move out, or something. Why?
I don't think he'd be able to get up in the morning if it wasn't for Sharon.
Yeah, why would he have an affair with the hairdresser? don't
Why does anybody have an affair with anybody when you're married?
I don't.
It's nothing
maybe
but
she's not
trouble
banging him.
unless you want to get out of the marriage.
Well, I do
but-
remember them being interviewed once, and they said, maybe it was Howard Stern. Somebody said, "How's your sex life?" And he goes, "Do you guys still do it?" And she goes, "Yeah, all the time." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "The last time was 3 months ago." And she goes, "No, it had to be more than that." But like, I remember the two of them
Had to
talking
be
like,
longer than that.
like she thought she was acting like, "Yeah, we have a great sex life," and he was like, "Only 3 months, Sharon,"
Yeah.
or however he.
Ozzy's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I
But
love him.
I do remember one time when he was sitting in the. I don't know why I always remember this. It wasn't even anything he was saying. It was at the end of
In
the
the
show.
on the couch.
He's sitting on a chair
Oh.
next to a refrigerator, and I don't know what. But he leans. He's kind of rocking
And he
back
falls
and leaning
over.
back.
Remember
he
that?
falls
Yeah,
and
I
like
remember that.
hits his head on the back, and he's like Sharon, and he's trying to can't get up. I mean,
How is he?
is he like a
Health-wise?
little mental retarded, or what
No,
is he?
he did a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
He told me he did acid every day for a year.
Oh no,
When
you
he
can't
was
do
when
that.
his buddy was
Well,
alive.
he
I
did.
forget the name of the musician that was his buddy,
Oh.
and he got killed in a. Anyway, he did acid with him every day for a year.
Wow.
But you know what? He really loved his kids, and he loved Sharon, and he just loved. He's a really sweet man.
He is.
Yeah,
He's
a
chill
wonderful
now. He's
person.
very chill.
What are the kids like? Are the kids okay? How's that daughter? She might be a little bitchy.
She actually, I heard, I was on Sunset Boulevard one time and somebody was yelling, Alice, Alice, and I try not to look when I hear it now, and it was her. Alice, Alice. Anyway, they were okay. I didn't really have that much to do with them, but they were always really nice. I mean,
Well, what do you write for? It's a reality show, so
no,
how
we
do you
didn't
write it?
write. We produced.
What does that mean?
It means you go in, they had a, that's back when reality shows, when you didn't tell people what to do all the time. Or what to say.
Oh.
Script it.
Exactly.
So
But
you
this
have
is
to cut
back
through the
when
fat.
we just had cameras in the house all over the place.
Oh.
And then we had 2 cameras and we had a director's room, and then we'd send the cameras out to follow, And if nothing else was going on, you'd film, Ozzy sitting there swearing at A&E. He used to call it the Hitler Comedy Channel or something. 'Cause remember? It was always war shows and stand-up
That was on
comedians.
A&E?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
He loved watching World War II stuff.
Oh.
So he would always be sitting on the couch, and then every once in a while he'd want something to drink, so he'd yell, Sharon! But we had a thing in that show that if you needed a laugh, because, you had to get the laughs, he said, go to the dog dish. Because remember, he used to trip over the dog dish all the time and then swear, fucking dogs, fucking this, fucking that. So,
I love the house. The house was
Yeah,
cool.
the house
the
was nice.
sofas and
yeah,
I don't know. It was very cool.
yeah. That was a happy time.
It was.
Yeah.
What about now? You wrote a book. Okay, she wrote a book. What's the name of the book about
I
not having
edited a
children?
book.
You
It's called
edited the
No
book.
Kidding.
No kidding.
Yes.
Where it's a lot of different essays from a lot of women, and a lot of them were comics or
Right.
comedy writers who never had kids.
Right.
And some of them were married, though, right? You didn't have to not be, but you
Yeah,
couldn't
no,
get
some
in
of
the
them were
book
married.
if you had kids.
Yeah,
so it
you
was-
couldn't get in the book.
So,
Wow, you're racist.
No, Patty couldn't
But
be in the
why?
book.
And I took Molly with me, my daughter, and I said, "Oh, you want to hear some?
Oh.
You remember this?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Molly, you want to go? Let's listen to these women are going to do a reading." And Molly's like, "Yeah, that'll be good. It's about
Oh
women."
my God.
So Molly and I are sitting there, and one woman after the other is going, "Thank God I never had kids. Thank God."
Poor
When I
Molly.
think about where I would be today if I had kids, I never would have had my career, and I never would have, and blah blah blah, and like one after the other. And so
That's
we get
not
up.
true. A
That
lot
is
of them
re-
didn't talk
I
like
am
that.
the ones that read
Were
that
you
night.
at the
and then
Strand,
the
right?
ones-
crying?
And so I remember as we go, Molly goes, "Ooh, well." I go, "What did you think?" She goes, "Well, I never realized how much women hated children before I came
Mine
to this
wasn't about hating
reading."
children.
No, but there were a few.
There were a few, but
There
a
were
lot
a few,
weren't.
yes.
A
What was-
lot of them were about nieces and nephews, or a lot of them just said, "Look, I never had the urge."
And
What
you
am I
never had
supposed to-
the urge.
Not really.
Did
no.
you get married?
No, no.
Do
I
you don't
never
want
had
to
a
get
kid.
married? Do you want to get married?
I'd like to be with somebody. I don't know if not though, because that
What if they
gets
had health
into trouble. Are you? Did you marry Kevin?
No.
Oh,
What if
see,
they had health insurance?
Maybe. But no, I don't have any kids. I never had an urge for kids.
God, I wanted them
I
so
love
badly.
Kids,
I don't
but
understand
I really
it.
do love
She
them.
wanted
though.
him so bad she married a gay man to get them.
That is true. That's how bad I wanted kids.
Yeah, I didn't ever want them.
I thought if I have kids, my life isn't complete.
Well, I think.
Carrie was the same.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know. A lot
the time.
Yeah, a lot of women.
Got it
I
in
mean,
her
She went to Greece to get a father for her kids.
but that's the thing. They always think that something's
She
wrong
did.
with you if you don't want kids.
Yeah,
Everybody's
that's
like,
true.
Oh, you didn't have any kids? Oh, oh God, what's wrong with you? Or you did what? No, you couldn't. Oh, that's too bad. You
Yeah,
couldn't
they
have
always
kids.
think you couldn't.
Yeah, yeah. It's like no, a lot of people just don't want to have kids.
Just wasted good eggs.
Yeah, Debbie Casper's was actually really funny.
what was hers? Did I hear it that night?
No, she wasn't there. Who was there that
my
night?
God, Debbie
Amy
Casper.
Stiller's was funny. Nancy Shanes was funny.
Nancy Shanes was funny. I can't remember them
Carol Siskin was there.
Yeah,
You didn't
Carol
write
Siskin
them
was there.
down. They're in a book, aren't
They're
they?
in a book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to bring you the book?
Please.
Okay, I'll
I
give you
have
the
that book somewhere. I
Because
have
I
it.
might agree with a couple of them now. Now that
It
I
was
had
just
the
a lot
kids.
of them were just. Some of them wanted kids and couldn't have them, so it's like Sue Kalinsky. She wrote about taking the egg and the sperm in the jar, didn't she? And
spinning it.
taking it to the
Oh,
hospital.
she tried to have a baby
Yeah, with Kenny
with Kenny.
Ober.
Hmm.
Remember that when they were together?
Maybe
Yeah.
God had to intervene on that
Exactly.
I
one.
wasn't a fan of Kenny.
Well, he's gone now. 6
I know.
feet
I feel
under,
bad.
so
Yeah, that
I
is
know.
sad.
I loved Kenny.
Let's see any comments. Let's see if there's anything we need to comment.
Is there anybody?
Sam
my
says
friends?
hello,
Oh,
which is
great.
Carrie's husband.
Oh, that's nice.
I brought you some presents, okay? Now, my presents are a little weird and different. I don't know what your feet are like, but mine are like this.
Carrie gets
is
very interesting gifts for
a
people.
stone thing that you scrape the bottom
Oh,
of
yeah,
your
like
feet.
the manicurist does.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. From
And I
the
got
best
you-
European spa.
Oatmeal and coconut soap will
Oh.
make your skin so soft.
I
Love.
use oatmeal soap. That is
Love,
fantastic.
Love. I
is
can
this?
eat it. I can melt it down, put it in brownie.
fluoride-free toothpaste.
Wow. Okay.
This is
I've never.
you
this.
can't
I
have
Tom.
fluoride.
It's a grooming
Tom,
kit.
fluoride free though. You have to do fluoride free. Fluoride has been the biggest scam telling kids that they need fluoride for their teeth. That's bullshit.
They
You get
try-
enough fluoride in your foods and whatever you need for your teeth. You get in your food. Fluoride is a chemical, a toxic chemical that kills people.
My kid's doctor wanted me to get the fluoridated water, fluoride water, and I said no. I knew back then, even before anybody, I would not do that.
Can I brush now? Or?
Got you these beautiful sunflower seeds.
Oh, I love
covered in
these.
chocolate.
I love them. I love them.
And I didn't
Oh,
know.
wow.
I didn't know what
Wow,
color
I can't
you.
believe you got me presents.
I
I got
didn't-
you presents.
I didn't know what color you were.
Yes, she bought us these delicious chocolate cookies. Unfortunately, we're both gluten.
I got to get them gluten.
We're both gluten. My kids will eat those.
Yes, and
So-
Why don't we
Kevin, I'll
advertise
bring one for
Smackarees?
Kevin.
I got you
Smackarees.
this Revlon Kiss. You could probably exchange it and get a color you want.
Is this pink?
Don't open it if you don't like it. It's like it's a sheer pink. You can go to CVS and switch it out. Say you got the wrong color, but you can't find the receipt. And
Put
you
the
could-
lip gloss
you could
on. Let's
put-
see what it looks like.
I think I like this
I
color.
do
Why
too.
wouldn't I?
I think you
because
would too.
wear
It's
a
going to be
darker
nice.
color.
Well, I'd wear any color that's free.
Okay, good.
Like I get
Because I do
samples.
like that color for you.
Okay.
A little
all right.
softer.
All right. Okay.
You know, in the summer.
Yeah. Sure.
What does this mean?
It's a natural lip color.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
What does what mean?
Oh, Randy Rhodes.
Oh, that was the name of Ozzy. Who knows
That's
that?
Mark Holiday, the podcast me and Carrie did. And guess what? My daughter is doing My Worst Holiday tonight. She's doing My daughter who's a comic. You know Molly's
that
a
guy
comic.
knows. Is he a comic? This guy?
Yeah.
No.
Well, he was a comic. He did but he has his own podcast.
And
In
Rand,
his basement,
can I do his?
where he
podcast?
would
Do you
like
know my
to
daughter's
have
a
us.
comic?
I'm really good at. I'm like a
Why are you
popular
not?
podcaster.
Why are you not excited? My daughter's a comic.
Your daughter's a comic?
Yeah, Molly's a comic, and she's doing his podcast tonight. My Worst Holiday.
Why is she
Molly
a comic?
Kornfeld. See,
Oh no, I don't want her to be a comic.
I
it's
don't
too late.
either.
She's addicted. She's addicted. She does it 6 nights a week. It's
How did
over.
you open this?
Is she good?
Yeah, she's very funny.
Oh,
I'll show
good.
you. I'll show you a thing.
I don't know how you open
Yeah.
this, but whatever. Put it on your lips. Let
All
me
right.
see.
Okay.
Somebody wrote down Funky Feet. It's free. She'll take it. Who's Maura Carey Chowning? Do you know her?
Put it on the bottom.
Henriette's putting on lip gloss like she's never done it before.
Yeah, look,
You don't wear a lip gloss?
I wear chapstick.
I like that color.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's a
Remember
light
my
pink.
act, Patty? Do you remember my act? Cherry flavored chapstick.
Yeah, tell the joke. It's the best joke.
The first joke was, I don't have. People always tell me I should wear makeup. I don't have that. I don't have the time every day to put on makeup. I need that time to clean my rifle. and then the other one was, people are always telling me to wear. I get so sick of people telling me to wear makeup. I finally took some lipstick. I wrote "fuck you" on my forehead. Big
You know
joke.
what I
Those
like?
are my big
I like when you
jokes.
go, I'm a farm girl.
I remember that.
You go, I'm a farm girl.
like it.
I'm always helping deliver calves. You go,
Oh,
I just
God.
delivered a calf. And then you pause and you go, and I feel so much lighter now.
I remember that. I can't believe I did that joke. That joke was, oh my God. Wow. I had some really horrible jokes. You had the one, you're no walk at the beach.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
What was
that
It was about
Miss-
Eric telling you something.
Yeah, I
And you
can't
go,
even
you're
remember
no
it.
walk at the beach or something. That was the big punchline.
Oh, perfect. The color is perfect.
Oh, get out of
It's
here.
a very natural color in the summer. You
What
wear
does this mean? Would you look at the size of that kielbasa? Can't say, just wanted to tag you. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Kielbasa.
That's why we don't read these comments, because they're stupid.
Here's another one that doesn't make sense.
I love that the
This
guy
is
who
great,
Randy
but what
Rhodes-
about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
stupid
those
people.
need a life.
These are the people that are my friends on Facebook.
You know, I know where there's some jobs available for them if they need to get out of the house.
ShopRite,
Yeah.
So,
Bagger.
Brian Plato's talking a lot.
Anyway, so I'm
I love
Huge
that
fan
guy
now.
knew Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
Kit Stewart said you wanted to sleep with me, and that's why you had that dream.
Who's Kit Stewart?
She.
Oh, she. I keep thinking.
Carrie always calls her he. Kit is she's a lesbian, so
But
Carrie is very rude.
She's,
She's hilarious.
she
She's
is
so
one of the
funny.
funniest. We
She's
should
the
have had her
funniest.
here today.
Oh yeah, you would have loved her.
You would have loved her.
She's very funny. Hey,
She's
I like that lip
Irish.
gloss on you.
Comes from like
For the camera?
a family of like 15, and 6 of them, the Brady Bunch. Actually, her family's like the Brady Bunch: 3
Wow.
boys, 3 girls. 3 were gay, 3 were straight, and she's gay.
Is she from New York?
Yes.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Oh,
Right,
She's
Long
hilarious.
Long Island.
though.
Long
We
Island.
had her on the show with who was he? With the guy who was a comic.
Oh yeah, Julia Scotti.
Julia Scotti.
Oh,
had her-
I saw her at Kevin's service. She came to
Oh, she
Kevin's
did?
funeral, and she walked up to Joy Behar, and she didn't know who she was.
And did she say
She
who
whispered her real name. She whispered her old name.
Rick Scotti.
Rick Scotty. She goes, Rick Scotty. Joy goes, ah!
That's funny.
Yeah, you were at the afternoon one. I went to the night one.
Yeah.
I didn't see you there.
you
I
were-
worked with him quite a bit, but I don't.
Kevin?
I couldn't get myself to go to his wake.
No, it was
It's
sad.
sad.
Was it open coffin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I didn't go up to the coffin, and his
I
brother
did.
told me not to. His brother said, "Don't get near it, man. The makeup's awful."
Yeah, it
and
didn't
Kevin
look-
would want it closed, and the mother
It
wanted,
didn't
you know.
look
it was-
like him, and it had the
That
neck.
sucks. You
the
know,
neck
like
was
it
all
could have been
wrong.
avoided.
I know it could have, but don't get. That's a family feud. I can't get into that.
What do you mean it could have been
It could have been
avoided?
They could have
avoided.
shut it. They could have
Oh,
closed
that.
it.
Yeah.
No, it could have been his heart attack. Could have been avoided.
Oh, his heart attack.
How could it be
you
avoided?
go get checked.
No,
No.
he had gotten checked like a year before, though. It was just I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
It's
Maybe
all
not.
done now.
Maybe
so.
not.
It's
Maybe not.
sad.
Anyway,
is sad.
we're
All right,
we're
we
in.
love Kevin.
We're good. We're at an hour and a half almost.
Oh my God, we are.
Oh my
okay.
God, we gotta go.
We
Let's
do have to
wrap
go.
this up.
I just wanted to say, but also you were on Friends, Sex in the City. You were on a sitcom called Good Advice.
Yeah,
With Shelley Long and Treat. These are
Yeah.
all these things that people can look up for you.
Oh yeah. Website henriettemantel.com.
Oh, there you go, and you'll know all those
Yeah.
things. All right. Do you know where you're
Books,
going to be on the
movies,
weekend? Or
TV.
whatever?
Oh yeah.
I'm going
Tell us
to be.
where you're going to be and what you're doing.
On
Anything?
Saturday night, I'm going to be at Lake Ronkonkoma.
Wow.
Okay.
How much does that pay?
Oh, so obscene. I can't even repeat it.
You go because I'm looking up where I'm going to be because I don't have it written down.
I don't have a gig this weekend.
Well, think of things
All right,
that you
good.
can
Then you
promote.
come
What's-
with me.
do your TV show that you do
oh,
now.
House Hunters International.
Do you know that I love
House
House
Hunters?
Hunters International?
Oh yeah. I work
What
on
do they
House
do?
Hunters International. They go around and choose houses. They go to a
For
country
people.
and they go and they had like a couple goes to a country. Oh, we're moving to Berlin, Germany, and we need an apartment or we need a house to rent. And so then they show them 3 different places and then they choose one.
Okay, not to buy or just to rent.
Sometimes to buy,
Okay,
sometimes to
okay.
buy.
I find that so relaxing at night. Those shows.
Everybody does.
Oh
It's
my
like
God!
guilty
That's what I lay down.
pleasure.
I'll watch
There's
3 in a
so
row.
many of
I
those
only
shows.
work on the international though. I do not work on the domestic.
Why? What's wrong with
Well, I
domestic?
just would never work on domestic.
You're
I
such a
only would work.
snob.
I know, I'm very snotty
Let
about
me
my
ask you a
House
que-
Hunter shows.
Do you know anybody on the on any of the shows that fixer-uppers for people who bought a piece of shit and then they can't fix?
I don't really know. I'm not in the HGTV world really. Other than that,
Why you want to go on it?
No, because a friend of mine bought a piece of shit house. She's an older woman. She can't.
go on the website for the show, and they always have a casting. Call up for casting.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, they always have casting links.
I am somewhere this weekend, but I didn't write down where.
Oh my
Oh, my God,
that's
Patty.
so sad. Do you still
It's-
work here?
The 23rd.
The 24th
need to
of
talk to her.
February at the Comic Strip and Broadway Comedy Club.
But your
also.
place is before then.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so
I
who,
can't think
who
of
do we
where.
have next week? Do we know?
No.
All right, make sure you subscribe to our iTunes.
They don't know who's on.
We're
this
here
week?
with Adam Henniker, who is from the Rec Room. He's got a place in Queens, and he also
Oh, he has a
travels all
comedy
over
club.
No, he has
Oh.
the Rec Room is actually.
Recording
Oh.
studio.
Studio.
He is our producer, and
He's
we
a
are here
producer.
live
He's
at the
very
Comic
handsome.
Strip.
He's very
Great
right.
club.
All
is very
women think he's handsome.
So cute.
Yeah.
How old do you think
so
he is?
64,
How old
He's
do you think he
looking
is
good.
for real?
He's looking good.
20. I don't know. I'm never good at age.
24.
29.
Yeah, he's like 30 something. What are you?
Okay.
Wow.
But he doesn't look 36. He's
I
got
don't know
the
age.
sneakers.
How old
That's
are
what
you?
happens. No drugs, kids. Okay. So anyway, we're
It's
here.
all right.
Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe.
And like our page on
Like a page.
Facebook. And she's going to set up a GoFundMe. page.
HenrietteMantel.com.
And Leah, yeah, we're going to get a GoFundMe.
And
Henriette.
inthemiddleshow.com. With Kevin.
Yes.
She's in episode 6.
And also, you're going to do our GoFundMe page.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
GoFundMe.
Okay.
Henriette Mantel, thanks so much for coming on
You're
our
wel-
show.
It's
and
been a
thanks for-
blast.
I
You're the
miss you. I
best.
love you. You're
Oh,
so
thank
funny.
You. Thank you.
It's a pleasure meeting
Seriously, I've never had such a good experience. Where's Rick Dees? I want to kill him.
Fuck Rick Dees.
you. All right,
And
everybody.
his mother.
Thank you for
Bye.
watching
All right, goodbye.
and listening.
Thank you. Goodbye.
That
All
was
right.
fun.
What? See, it is